The House will come to order. Members, please register. Have all members registered? A quorum is present. The House and gallery will please rise for the invocation, which will be offered by Pastor Jonathan Powell from City Church San Antonio in San Antonio, sponsored by the Honorable Ray Lopez of Bexar County.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you. Please pray with me. Almighty God, please bless those who serve in leadership positions in the great state of Texas with wisdom, compassion, integrity, and your sense of justice. Help them to faithfully fulfill their important role to improve the lives of all Texans. We pray that you watch over and bless Texas, strengthen the bonds of respect and community to the foundation of our civic life among our legislators and our residents. Bless and inspire our leaders, our speaker, our representatives, their team, and everyone in the Capitol, from the governor to the custodial staff who choose to serve our state. Let us never neglect the evils of poverty, prejudice, and oppression so that peace and justice can thrive. We thank you for all that you've done and all that you will continue to do in us, through us, and for us. In Jesus' name, amen.
The chair now recognizes the Honorable John McQueenie of Tarrant County to lead us in the pledges of allegiance to the United States and Texas flags.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, galleries, and the guests, please join me as we honor the American flag by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now as we honor the Texas flag, honor the Texas flag.
The chair will now hear excuses for absent members. Please excuse Mr. Verdell because of important business in the district on motion of Mr. Hayes. Please excuse Representative Villalobos because of important business in the district on motion of Representative Dyson. Please excuse Representative Bumgarner because of illness on motion of Representative Orr. Members, is there any objection? The chair hears none, so ordered. The chair is pleased to recognize Dr. Daniel Kelly from Austin as the Doctor of the Day. Members, please join me in welcoming our Doctor of the Day.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Doorkeeper,
Mr. Speaker, I have a messenger from the Senate at the door of the House.
admit the messenger.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am directed by the Senate to inform. Where's the budget?
The following bills on first reading and referral to committee, the clerk will read the bills.
SB 1 by Huffman, General Appropriations Bill, refer to the Committee on Appropriations.
Mr. Money, for what purpose?
Mr. Speaker, parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Mr. Speaker, it's my understanding that one of the things that we have to do while we are here is to pass a budget. Is that correct?
That is not a proper parliamentary inquiry.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Money, for what purpose?
parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Are you aware that your subcommittees on appropriations met and allocated billions of taxpayer dollars in violation of Rule 4, Section 19A, which requires audio and video recordings to be posted on the internet so that the people of Texas can have transparency on how their tax dollars have been spent?
Pursuant to note on page 10 of the House Rules Manual, the chair respectfully declines to respond to inquiries seeking the chair's comments or views on committee proceedings.
Okay. Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Money, for what purpose?
parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
When and how can a member of this body appeal the Republican and Democrat chairman's decisions so that you can rule on whether the House will operate transparently according to the rules?
Mr. Money, that is not a proper parliamentary inquiry.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Money, for what purpose?
I'm asking parliamentary rules. How and when can we make those inquiries?
Mr. Money, for what purpose?
Mr. Speaker, I would like to know when would be an appropriate time to make those if page 10 says we can't do it today.
Mr. Money, for what purpose?
Okay, parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when and how can a member of this body make a proper parliamentary inquiry into dealings of committees of this House?
So I have already answered the question. That is not a proper parliamentary inquiry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Mr.
Mr.
Speaker,
Schatzline, for what purpose?
parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Who approves recognitions on the floor of this chamber?
That is not a proper parliamentary inquiry.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Schatzline, for what purpose?
parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
If I inquire on who approves recognitions on this chamber during the time of recognitions, will the chair answer this question?
Mr. Schatzline, I do not believe that is a proper parliamentary inquiry. I'm assuming you can figure out who that is for yourself.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Schatzline, for what purpose?
parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
May I come down and we discuss this so
Sure.
that I can get an answer for the many representatives that have asked me?
Come on down.
Thank you.
Mr. Harrison, for what purpose?
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Speaker.
State your inquiry.
While you are correct in the citation you referenced on your, I think, your first or second response to Representative Money's inquiries, that the House rules do not, in fact, require you to answer these questions, my question to you is there anything in the House rules that precludes you from answering any of the questions that you were just asked?
That is not a proper parliamentary inquiry.
So you could answer them if you wanted to.
That is not a proper parliamentary inquiry.
Yeah.
Mr. Guerin moves to defer the remainder of the reading and referral of bills until the end of today's business. Is there objection? Chair is none as so ordered. The chair recognizes Mr. Hunter for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House grant permission for all committees and subcommittees to meet while the House is in session pursuant to their committee postings or recess motions. For purposes of this motion, committees and subcommittees scheduled to meet or reconvene today upon a final adjournment or recess or during bill referral if permission is granted, or authorized to convene upon adoption by the House of today's adjournment motion.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is adopted. The following announcement, the clerk will read the announcement.
The Committee on Local and Consent Calendars will meet today upon adjournment or during bill referral if permission is granted in room 1W.14 or the Agricultural Museum in a formal meeting to consider a congratulatory and memorial calendar.
All right. The chair lays out the following previously adopted resolution. The clerk will read the caption.
H.R. 33-9 by Leach, honoring professional golfer Sergio Garcia for his achievements.
The chair recognizes Mr. Leach.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members, and guests in the gallery. It is my honor to welcome to his Texas house Mr. Sergio Garcia. Members, today we gather to celebrate and to honor an extraordinary talent in the world of golf, Sergio Garcia. His name is synonymous with determination, passion, and resilience. Sergio has not only made his mark on the fairways, but also in fans of the sport of golf all over the world. From the moment Sergio burst onto the scene as a teenager, he's captivated us with his exceptional skills and charismatic presence on and off the course. Sergio's unforgettable performance at the 1999 Masters tournament, where he famously battled against Tiger Woods, showcased a level of talent that hinted at Sergio's greatness to come. He has represented a new generation of golfers who embodied both skill and sportsmanship. Sergio's dedication to the game of golf has led him to become one of the most consistent players in all of golf, with numerous wins and accolades under his belt, including that long-awaited victory at the 2017 Masters tournament, a testament to his enduring spirit and hard work. I'm holding here at the front mic the trophy from the 2017 Masters tournament. If you could grab a picture, I'm going to Photoshop a golf course in the background. This is certainly a moment I won't forget, and I know the members up here won't either. Beyond Sergio's achievements on the course, he's shown a commitment to giving back. His charitable efforts, here, hold this, particularly through the Sergio Garcia Foundation, have touched countless lives. He inspires young athletes to pursue their dreams while reminding all of us the importance of community and support. Along with Sergio on the dais, members, join me in welcoming Angela Garcia, Sergio's wife. Angela is a seventh-generation Texan, a graduate of the University of Texas, where she herself played golf. Let us honor Sergio Garcia together today, not just for his remarkable career and his accomplishments on the course, but for the passion he brings to his craft and to the game of golf. Sergio, thank you for inspiring us all and for showing us the true meaning of perseverance. It's our honor today to recognize you as an honorary Texan, and on behalf of the Texas House of Representatives, congratulations.
The chair recognizes Mr. Tepper for a recognition.
Mr. Speaker and members, I would like to recognize a Lubbock High School student, Alicio Jimenez. Alicio, are you in the gallery? amazing story. During his 2024 summer break, Alicio walked all the way from Lubbock, Texas to Washington, D.C. to raise money for yard work for seniors. He's a great advocate. And now Alicio walked from Lubbock to Austin this week to continue his advocacy. Thank you, Alicio, for your dedication and commitment to your neighbors. Thank you, sir.
The chair recognizes Mr. Lambert for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I move to suspend rules on House Resolution 618.
You've heard the motion. Is there any objection? The chair hears none, and the rules are suspended. The following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 618 by Lambert, recognizing March 26, 2025 as Texas Retired Teachers Day at the state capitol.
The chair recognizes Mr. Lambert to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today we celebrate Texas Retired Teachers Association on their day in the Capitol. We all know that educators are a gift to all Texans, and we are honored and blessed to have you here today. These dedicated professionals taught us, they nurtured us, they guided us, and they supported us as we learned and as we grew. We owe them a great deal of gratitude. I'm going to take a moment of personal privilege and just acknowledge a few members of TRTA from my district who hold a special place in my heart. We have a contingent from the Abilene House District 71 area. Please raise your hand. Good to have you here. I would also recognize Coach Beverly Ball. She is an Abilene ISD legend whose teaching and coaching career spanned over 3 generations. She taught us accountability and dedication. Another member, Charlie Perkins, an exceptional young teacher when I was a student in high school whose passion for teaching helped us become lifelong learners. I would also like to recognize Elizabeth A. Gelker. Elizabeth A. is a 96-year-old retired educator. Elizabeth A., where are you in the gallery? Would you wave your hand? There she is in the very back. Now, I would be remiss if I did not mention my wife, Debbie Lambert, a retired first-grade teacher. She's in the audience, and a principal. Debbie cherished her students and instilled in them a love of earning. Would you please stand and be recognized? She's standing. And I would also be remiss if I didn't mention 2 of my sisters, Glo Hayes and Jackie Goen, who spent a lifetime in education, as well as my sisters-in-law, Denise York and Diane Holbert. Obviously, I grew up in a family of educators. I married into a family of educators. They're extremely important to me, and I want to make sure I cover all my bases. Leading our retired educators on this lobby day, we have these members of TRTA, President Ella Gaucher. Ella, would you? We have Second Vice President Terry Narvkal, Secretary Treasurer Gary Shepps, Legislative Coordinator Dr. Mary Widmeyer, and last but not least, Executive Director Tim Lee. Well, I was going to ask you all to stand, but I think you're already standing. So if you're a retired teacher educator, again, we thank you for coming to your house. We thank you for the lives that you've influenced and impacted over the lifetime of your service. We salute you and the great contribution you have made to our state and our future. Would you all stand and let us give you one more round of thank you very much for being here.
The chair recognizes Mr. Darby.
Members, retired teachers, your recognition of Tim Lee and his support for your industry and your cause is clearly recognized. For so long, this legislature has ignored your plight. For years and sessions, we would leave without doing you justice. With Tim's leadership, last session, we began the process of addressing your problem and how you are arrived now today. We're not through. I will tell you, we have heard your roar. We appreciate your support, and we ask that you continue the fight. Keep roaring, folks. There's work to be done.
Chair recognizes Ms. Simmons.
Good morning. Welcome to your Texas Capitol. It is so amazing to see so many of you here. I appreciate your work and your advocacy that extends beyond your time in the classroom. I did not have the gift or the calling to be a teacher, but I'm the granddaughter of 3 public school teachers, and so I really appreciate your work. And I was called to organize teachers in my career, so thank you so very much for being here today.
Chair recognizes Mr. Rosenthal.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Do we have some retired educators from Cypress Fairbanks area? Come on now, Cypress Fairbanks. Okay, so here's to the retirees from the largest A-rated school district in the entire state. Thank you for what you do for all of us and for my kids and for making House District 135 a destination in Texas. Retired teachers, we salute you all. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Ms. Leo Wilson.
Welcome, retired teachers. As a retired teacher myself, I just want to say you have my heart. Thank you so much for your influence upon generations. You are what makes Texas great. You have understood that education is a game changer, and you all are game changers. Thank you for your dedication, no matter where the child came from, no matter what was going on at home, you guys educated. And you guys were maybe sometimes the only person that child had. And you will be remembered. And I know that you remember certain faces, but I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you have done for Texas and what you have done for the generations that will go on before us. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Mr. Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, teachers. None of us on this floor are here today without you, and so that we give you gratitude and thanks. I also want to let you know that I come from a long line of teachers. My great-grandparents were retired teachers in Texas. My mom currently is a member of your group and a retired teacher, and my sister's a current teacher. And so we thank you for all the sacrifices that you've made through the years to get through what you've done for Texans and for the children. Thank you very much.
Chair recognizes Ms. Garcia.
San Antonio, Bexar County teachers, where are we at? All right. Thank you so much for coming to your capital, and I just want to say thank you so much for being just so selfless in your pursuits. There's a lot of you that we've had the opportunity to speak with in Bexar County who are wanting to come back to teach. You've already retired, you've already gained your pensions, and you want to come back to teach again. We're working on that type of legislation that will help lift some of those regulations so you can return to the to the classrooms that you loved. Thank you so much for joining us today at your Texas Capitol.
Chair recognizes Ms. Morales-Shaw.
Welcome, Texas teachers. I want to specifically welcome the Houston retired teachers, the Aldine retired teachers, the Spring Branch retired teachers. Thank you, and A-Leaf teachers. Thank you. Some of you may have been my teachers because I was fortunate enough to attend Houston Public Schools. And I thank you for all that you do. I hope the coalition that you see up here honoring and thanking you today is a reflection of how our votes will be this session to further strengthen public schools and benefits for you. As the rep before me said, our work here is not done. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you advocating at the Capitol this session.
Chair recognizes Ms. Jones.
Welcome, retired teachers. My name is Jolanda Jones, and I am the granddaughter of a retired teacher. And I know everyone obviously knows that you guys taught us reading, writing, and arithmetic. What I think we sometimes overlook is how you're there for us for other things. You notice things that we might need. And I can think of times when I went to school and didn't have food, and my teacher recognized it and was nice enough to invite me to eat dinner. So I thank you for more than just teaching us reading, writing, and arithmetic. And I thank you for giving us the supportive services that we need, because but for you figuring out what we're good at and helping us develop that, I know I wouldn't be where I am. And I look forward to voting to give you guys what you deserve, what you have earned, because you are the most responsible for deciding how the future of this country is and in Texas. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Mr. Lambert.
Mr. Speaker, it is an honor to move adoption.
The question occurs in the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? Chair is none. The resolution is adopted. Representative Bell moves to add all members' names to the resolution. Is there any objection? Chair is none. So ordered. The chair recognizes Mr. Alcott for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider House Resolution 517, which establishes today as Parker County Day in the Texas Capitol.
All right, members, you've heard the motion. Is there any objection? The chair is none. The rules are suspended. Following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 517 by Alcott, recognizing March 25th, 2025 as Parker County Day at the state capitol.
The chair recognizes Mr. Alcott to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members. I'm very happy and excited to be able to bring forth this resolution to honor Parker County, one of the greatest counties in Texas, as today, as Parker County Day in the Texas Capitol. I want to briefly share with you some interesting facts and history of Parker County. Parker County was established in 1855. It was named for Isaac Parker, who brought 224 settlers to the region in that same year. Also want to mention some interesting stuff about two of our major cities, Springtown, which was established in 1859 by Captain Joseph Ward of New Jersey, who was impressed by the state's natural beauty and its 25 cold springs. Originally known as Littletown Springs, it was renamed Springtown in the 1870s and incorporated in 1884. The county seat, Weatherford, which was incorporated in 1858, is named in the honor of State Senator Jefferson Weatherford, who co-authored the bill establishing the county of Parker County. For its first decade, the town was the principal frontier settlement in North Texas. In regard to Weatherford, Weatherford offers attractions such as Clark Gardens, the Doss Heritage Cultural Center, and the Museum of the Americas, the Downtown Historic District, at the site of the old-time farmers market, as well as First Monday Trade Days, one of the oldest open-air markets in Texas. Parker County is named the Peach Capital of Texas. Weatherford has drawn more than 45,000 attendees for the Parker County Peach Festival, and because of its deep roots in the cutting horse industry and its proximity to the headquarters of the National Cutting Horse Association, the city has gained a recognition as the cutting horse capital of the world. And also want to take this opportunity to recognize some special guests in the gallery from Parker County. Tammy Gazzola, who is the president of the Weatherford Chamber of Commerce. You don't mind standing up? We also have James Hotop, the city manager of Weatherford. In addition, we have some other special guests: Tim Harden, Brady Gray, Justin Maloney, Emily Cameron, Amanda Garner, and her children, Leighton, Emmett, and Selah. And it just so happens it's Selah's birthday, so please welcome and wish happy birthday to Selah Garner. Thank you. And I move adoption.
The question occurs on the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair is none. The resolution is adopted. Mr. Hoffman moves to add all members' names to the resolution. Is there any objection? Chair is none. So ordered. The chair recognizes Mr. Spiller for a recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today is Montague County Day at the state capitol. I'm proud to represent Montague County and House District 68. We have a group here today in the gallery I'd like to recognize. We have Bowie Mayor Galen Burris, Margin Latham, City Councilwoman Stephanie Post, County Chair Melody Gillespie, Glenda Durham, and Dee Rogers. Folks, members, if you would please join me and welcome them to their state capitol. Thank you.
Members, please take your conversations outside the rails. Chair recognizes Mr. Hefner for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend all necessary rules to consider and take up House Resolution 485.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there any objection? The chair is none. The rules are suspended. Following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 485 by Hefner, recognizing March 26, 2025 as Texas Pharmacy Day at the state capitol.
The chair recognizes Mr. Hefner to explain the resolution.
Members, please join me in recognizing the 450 pharmacy technicians and pharmacy students from across the state who are joining us here at the Capitol today. We have several folks with us in the gallery, including some from my district. We have Pete Powers, Dakota Smith, and Alana Kology. These are individuals that we know and back home and on a personal level that'll get up in the middle of the night on the weekend to come fill our scripts and take care of our families. They work hard with all the challenges of healthcare and the things they face. Just want to recognize them and appreciate all that they do for this state. I move adoption.
The question occurs on the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. The resolution is adopted. Oh, there we go. The chair recognizes Mr. Patterson for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, members, I move to suspend all necessary rules, take up and consider House Resolution 669.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there any objection? The chair has none. The rules are suspended. Following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 669 by Patterson, recognizing March 26, 2025 as Upbring Advocacy Day.
The chair recognizes Mr. Patterson to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today I would like to recognize and celebrate today as Upbring Advocacy Day at the Texas State Capitol. Upbring connects youth with families who can provide them with safety, support, and compassion until they can be reunited with their biological families. Upbring has been a source of hope and healing to countless youth over the course of its long history, and the state of Texas has benefited tremendously from this organization's compassion. Upbring's dedication to uplifting Texas children in unfortunate circumstances is a bright light during dark times. Their work is an inspiration to us all. Members, please join me in welcoming them to their state capitol. Thank you all for coming today. I move adoption.
The question occurs in the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair is none. The resolution is adopted. The chair recognizes Mr. Turner for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider House Resolution 629.
You've heard the motion. Is there any objection? The chair is none. The rules are suspended. Following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 629 by Turner, congratulating the Summit High School boys basketball team on winning the 2025 UIL 5A Division II state championship.
The chair recognizes Mr. Turner to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, if I could have your attention just for a few minutes. If you feel some additional energy in the chamber today, that is because we are in the midst of champions. We have today the 2025 5A men's basketball state champion Summit High School Jaguars in the House chamber today. Remember, Summit High School is part of the Mansfield Independent School District, located in the city of Arlington, with serving nearly 2,000 students. Summit began its journey to the title with an impressive 13-1 regular season run, taking home the district crown. In the playoffs, the Jaguars bulldozed their way through to their second state tournament appearance after having first advanced to the Final Four back in 2023. Though they didn't win that first tournament 2 years ago, they were not going to let that stop them, and they were back a second time, determined to win it all. Now, with my sincere condolences to Representative Ron Reynolds, on March 8th, our Jaguars defeated Fort Bend Marshall Buffaloes 54-47 at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Unleashing a dominating defense, the Jaguars held the Buffaloes to 31% shooting in the first half, making it 25-13 by intermission. They finished strong and won the state championship with an outstanding 33-7 record. Now, winning a state championship is the result of countless hours of hard work, dedication, and a sacrifice that each one of these men has made. Now, I want to recognize the leadership of head coach Iman Pritchett and assistant coaches Kevin Barona, Shane Earwood, and Winley Laborte. I also want to recognize some of the players who brought home this championship. The team leader and championship game MVP, Ian Setta, was joined by Theo Brandon, Caleb Richard, and Javon Ross on the All-Star Tournament team. Summit also received valuable contributions throughout the year from other members of the roster. Mason Williams, Isaiah Walker, Michael Gibbs, David Bardier, Sam Getnett, Zion Lewis, Jackson Sneed, Damaris Bird, Braylon Turner Somerville, and Iman Pritchett II. They are in the gallery with us today. I'd ask them to please rise. They're also joined by the principal of Summit High School, Jason Mutterer, today. And last but not least, here on the dais, we are joined by head coach Iman Pritchett and players Theo Brandon, Caleb Richard, Javon Ross, and Ian Setta. So, Jaguars, please stand, be recognized. Representative Cook and I share the attendance zone for Summit High School, and we are honored to have you here in our state capitol today. Congratulations on your championship. I move adoption.
The question occurs on the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The resolution is adopted. Representative Cook moves to add all members' names to the resolution. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. So ordered.
Tell me when. The chair recognizes Mr. Lujan for a resolution, for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend the rules to take up and consider H.R. 623.
You've heard the motion. Is there any objection? Chair hears none, and the rules are suspended. The following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 623 by Lujan, recognizing March 26, 2025 as Viva San Antonio Day at the state capitol.
The chair recognizes Mr. Lujan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Resolution.
Members, today I have the honor of recognizing a group that represents the very heart and future of my hometown. Please welcome the Greater San Antonio Chamber of Commerce for Viva San Antonio Day here at the Capitol.
Viva!
Fair County, I like it.
I'm close. Come on.
For over 130 years, the Greater San Antonio Chamber has been a driving force in our region, supporting local entrepreneurs, strengthening key industries, and advocating for smart, strategic growth. Today, they represent over 1,750 businesses that make up the heart of our city's economy. Their work touches every corner of our community, supporting jobs, growing opportunity, and making sure San Antonio continues to be one of the best places to live and work in Texas. This group represents the best of San Antonio. We have business leaders, educators, healthcare professionals, and military champions, all united to make sure our city continues to thrive for generations to come. They're up in the gallery now. Would y'all please stand? Please stand, those from San Antonio and the chamber. To our friends in the gallery, thank you for your leadership, your vision, and your heart for San Antonio. It's an honor to serve you here. Welcome to your Texas capital, and viva San Antonio.
Viva!
Good job.
Move adoption.
Greater Bear County.
Move adoption.
Mr. Speaker, I move adoption.
The question occurs on adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The resolution is adopted. The chair recognizes Ms. Simmons for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider H.R. 596.
You've heard the motion. Is there any objection? The chair hears none, and the rules are suspended. The following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 596 by Simmons, recognizing March 2025 as National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month.
The chair recognizes Ms. Simmons to
Thank
explain
you,
the
Mr.
resolution.
Speaker. Members, gallery guests, can I have your attention, please? This resolution is recognizing this month as Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, which is why I'm wearing blue. This is a personal issue for me. I lost my mother 10 years ago this coming April. She was diagnosed with colorectal cancer stage 4, April 27, 2014, and she passed away just 1 year later on April 28, 2015. We are seeing an alarming trend of all people being diagnosed with colorectal cancers at younger ages and having poorer prognosis. Particularly, African Americans are 20% more likely to get colorectal cancer and about 40% more likely to die from it than most groups. Although life-threatening, colorectal cancer is highly curable if detected early. Healthcare screenings can identify the preliminary stages of the disease before it progresses to cancer, and the American Cancer Society recommends that individuals of average risk begin receiving regular screenings at age 45. Colorectal cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths, and I would implore all of you in the chamber, all of you watching, to please get screened.
Members, please take your conversations outside the chamber.
Colorectal cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths, and I would implore all of you in the chamber, all of you watching, to please get screened soon and get screened often. Mr. Speaker, in honor of my mother and so many others, Mr. Speaker, in honor of my mother and so many of the loved ones we have lost, I move adoption.
The question occurs on the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair hears none, and the resolution is adoption. Mr. Jones moves to add all names to the resolution. Is there any objection? Hearing none, so ordered. The chair recognizes Ms. Lopez of Cameron for a recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today we gather to honor a remarkable leader, a dedicated public servant, and a true pillar of our community, Chief Michael Kester. Please stand up. And you'll see him up here on the right-hand side with his beautiful wife, Deborah. Beautiful wife of 35 years. After 35 years of service with the Harlingen Police Department, Chief Kester has retired, leaving behind an extraordinary legacy of leadership and commitment. Chief Kester began his law enforcement career in 1990 and quickly rose through the ranks, earning the respect of his peers and the trust of the community. From sergeant to lieutenant, captain to deputy chief, and ultimately chief of police, he has served with distinction in every role. Since 2019, as Chief of Police, he has led a team of 144 sworn officers and 53 civilian personnel, ensuring the safety and well-being of people in Harlingen. His career has been marked by excellence and dedication. He has worked in nearly every division of the department, from patrol to investigations, records to training. His leadership has shaped the department into what is today a force committed to service, integrity, and community engagement. Beyond his professional achievements, Chief Kester is a man of education and lifelong learner. A graduate of Unity College, the Bill Blackwood Law Enforcement Management Institute, and Leadership Command College at Sam Houston State University. His pursuit of knowledge reflects his passion for leadership and excellence. But most importantly, Chief Kester is a devoted husband, father, and grandfather. With the love and support of his wife, Deborah, their 4 children, and 11 grandchildren, he has balanced duty and family with unwavering dedication. And you can talk to Deborah, and she'll tell you all the stories from the very beginning of his leadership. For example, back in the day, they had radios in their home, and Deborah knew exactly when there was a police chase. So she would line up the kids along the street so they could wave at Daddy passing by. Chief Kester, your years of service have left an indelible mark on this department and this city. You have set an example of integrity, courage, and commitment. It will inspire generations to come. As you step into the next chapter of your life, know that you do so with a deep gratitude and admiration of an entire community. Thank you for your service and congratulations on your retirement. Thanks. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The chair recognizes Ms. Weiner for a recognition.
Mr. Speaker, members, please join me in recognizing Diane Inslee as she retires from her role as the director of the San Marcos Public Library. She is at about 2 o'clock in our gallery, and she has served the San Marcos community for over 3 decades. Public libraries do more than provide books. They serve as community hubs where people of all ages find support, resources, and opportunities that might otherwise be out of reach. Diane's work has ensured that this library has been a safe and welcoming place for all, offering access to knowledge and connection in a world that increasingly needs both. Her career with the San Marcos Library spanned over 3 decades, during which she helped transform the library into a vital community resource. Starting as a volunteer, Diane rose through the ranks with skill, passion, and vision, serving as children's librarian, technical services manager, and public services manager before becoming director in 2015. The San Marcos Library now serves about 1,500 people every single day, providing access to resources, educational programs, and opportunities for personal growth. Her legacy of dedication and her love for books will forever echo through the library halls and beyond, and we are deeply grateful for her service to House District 45. Members, please join me in congratulating Diane Inslee on her well-earned retirement. Thank you, members.
The chair recognizes Mr. Morgan for a recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today we are honored to have a very special group of young Texans in our capital. Please join me in recognizing 6th grade class from Berean Christian Academy from Katy, Texas. If you're here, please stand. We are excited you're here today to have at your capital, the heart of the state government, where history is made every day. Thank you.
The chair recognizes Mr. Alders for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider House Resolution 545.
You've heard the motion. Is there any objection? The chair hears none, and the rules are suspended. The following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 545 by Alders recognizing March 26, 2025 as Realtor Day at the state capitol.
The chair recognizes Mr. Alders to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, as I have spent my entire professional life outside of politics working in the real estate industry, I want to take a moment to welcome somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 Texas Realtors to the Capitol today. I will note, while the building is not for sale, we do want this to be an open house where you always feel at home. As the state of Texas has continued to grow and we welcome thousands of newcomers to our state, Texas Realtors often provide that initial welcoming smile. They are the first to make you at home in a new community and always the last to say goodbye. Texas Realtors are in many ways the foundation that keeps our communities together. And since its inception in 1902, Texas Realtors has grown to be the largest professional association in the state of Texas with over 150,000 members today. If you are a Texas Realtor in the gallery, please stand up. Realtors, thank you for coming to your capital today and talking about the priorities that are important to you. I want to note in the gallery today we have several members of the TR board, including Chairwoman Christy Gessler, Jennifer Wahab, Tony Lloyd, Deborah Spangler, and Jeff Kahn. Thank y'all for being here. We also have Travis Kessler, who has served the association as president and CEO of Texas Realtors for the last 15 years and is officially retiring on Monday. Congratulations, Travis. And last but not least, Mike Barnett is with us, and Mike will be taking the reins from Travis. Mike, thanks for being here. Members, please join me in welcoming Texas Realtors to the Texas House. Mr. Speaker, I move adoption.
The question occurs on the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair hears none, and the resolution is adopted. Mr. Harris moves to add all members' names to the resolution.
Is there any objection?
Is there any objection? The chair hears none.
The motion is adopted.
Motion is adopted. The chair recognizes Mr. Basut for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, just a reminder, today we're going to have the Capitol Commission House Member Bible Study at noon in 3W9. That's the fishbowl behind us. Lunch is going to be provided. I'd encourage all of you to come, and I think Speaker Moody's got something to add to that.
The chair recognizes Mr. Moody to speak.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Members, as we get busier, as the days move into the later part of session, I'd encourage you to take the time, if you have it, to join Scott Wall, the Capitol Commission, for Bible study during the lunch hour. Take some time to refresh your soul. I know that everybody's pulling you a million different directions, but certainly important to take the time to do that. So I'd invite you to join everybody today at noon up in the fishbowl on the 3rd floor. Thank you.
Members, the Speaker's desk is clear. If you have any announcements, please bring them down front. Mr. Wu moves that the House adjourn pending reading and referral of bills until 10 a.m. Thursday. Is there any objection? Chair hears none, and the House stands adjourned pending the reading and referral of bills. The following bills and resolutions on first reading and referral to the committee. The clerk will read the bills and resolutions.
HB 3701 by Dyson relating to the authority of the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M System to construct, acquire, improve, extend, and equip utility systems located on the university system property or for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3702 by Allen relating to the applicability of educator certification and contract requirements to School District of Innovation or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3703 by Allen relating to the applicability of certain laws governing public school requirements of the School District of Innovation or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3704 by Anshia relating to the notaries public or for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3705 by Lowe relating to prohibiting vaccination mandates for members of the National Guard for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3706 by Zwiener relating to the installation of residential tenant of electric vehicle supply equipment and a parking space assigned to the tenant or for the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3707 by Craddock relating to the inspection, purchase, sale, possession, storage, transportation, and disposal of petroleum products, oil and gas equipment, and oil and gas waste, creating criminal offenses, increasing criminal punishment for existing criminal offense or for the Committee on Energy Resources. HB 3708 by Oliverson relating to the charity care provided by the certain health care facilities or for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3709 by Diallo relating to the partial count of electronic voting systems ballots or for the Committee on Elections. HB 3710 by Darby relating to the effect of the tax certificate accompanying a transfer of certain property or for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3711 by Caprileon relating to the investigation and prosecution of certain open meetings offenses against public administration or for the Committee of Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 3712 by Guillen relating to the funds reserved for the certain construction materials for the Committee of Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3713 by Caprileon relating to the maintenance of rates and expansion of funds for certain companies or for the Subcommittee on Telecommunications and Broadband. HB 3714 by Olcott related to the eliminating the requirement of character traits and personal skills instruction in public schools or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3715 by Garrett relating to the authority of certain municipalities to certain tax revenues of a hotel and convention center project or for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3716 by Buckley relating to the creation of criminal law magistrates for Bell County or for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3717 by Harris relating to the establishment of the grant program to fund the United States Food and Drug Administration drug development trials with ibogaine for the purpose of securing the administration's approval for the medication of the treatment of opioid use disorder, co-occurring substance use disorder, and other neurological or mental health conditions with ibogaine demonstrates efficiency for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3718 by Frank relating to the jurisdiction of county courts in Wichita County for the Committee of Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3719 by Hunter relating to the availability of dates of birth under the Public Information Law for the Committee on Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 3720 by Thompson relating to the construction of bridges in Harris County for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3721 by Meza relating to the study of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice concerning the transparency, oversight, and accountability of use of restricted housing, security threat groups, and certain disciplinary measures for the Committee on Corrections. HB 3722 by Hafner relating to the protection in certain airspace designated for the Department of Defense contractors or for the Subcommittee on Defense and Veterans Affairs. HB 3723 by Meza relating to the access of certain individuals in correctional facilities for certain rehabilitative treatments or for the Committee on Corrections. HB 3724 3724 by Villalobos relating to the placement of cultivated oyster in a natural oyster bed and a private oyster bed or coastal waters, or for the Committee of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3725 by Mesa relating to the reform of solitary confinement practices and the treatment of prisoner-affiliated security threat groups in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, or for the Committee on Corrections. HB 3726 by Perez of Harris relating to the offense of passing certain vehicles on the highway, or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3727 by Patterson relating to the grant program in which certain railroad grade separation projects, or for the Subcommittee on Transportation Funding. HB 3728 by Morales Shaw relating to the adoption of the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality of the salinity requirements of the bays and estuaries, or for the Committee on Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3729 by Reynolds relating to the creation of public information campaign to raise awareness of the Texas Compassionate Use Program, or for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3730 by Reynolds relating to the creation of Texas Southern University College of Dentistry at Texas Southern University, or for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3731 by Martinez relating to the requiring of the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles to establish standards for uniform cargo liability, uniform bills of lading or receipts, and uniform cargo credit, or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3732 by Martinez relating to the compliance of the fire department with certain minimum standards adopted by the Texas Commission on Fire Protection, for the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 3733 by Orr relating to the fees charged by county clerks for certain property records, for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3734 by Schaffner relating to testing misoprostone and other estrogen hormones in public drinking water, for the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3735 by Schaffner relating to the public health benefit coverage for prenatal care, childbirth, and postnatal care provided in a hospital, birthing center, or home setting, for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3736 by Schaffner relating to prohibiting certain additives to be included in food and drinks provided by school districts, or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3737 by Schaffner relating to the prohibited prescription, administration, use, advertisement, solicitation of COVID-19 vaccine containing mRNA material, for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3738 by Schaffner relating to the annual study of perfluorocide and polyfluorocide substances in school lunches, or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3739 by Schaffner relating to the fetal development instruction included in a part of public school health curriculum and certain grade levels, or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3740 by Schaffner relating to the chemicals and techniques used in water modification and control, for the Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3741 by Schaffner related to requiring a sworn statement by a foreign student enrolled employees of public institutions of higher education, for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3742 by Schaffner relating to prohibiting public institutions of higher education from providing instruction regarding the use of gender pronouns, or for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3743 by Olcott relating to the management of the staff ratio for state agencies, or for the Committee of Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 3744 by Manuel relating to the definition of intervener for the purpose of the crime victims compensation, or for the Committee of Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3745 by Manuel relating to the crime victims compensation, or for the Committee on Appropriations. HB 3746 by Darby relating to the exemption of gas and electricity from sales and use taxes, for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3747 by Manuel relating to the Medicaid managed care organizations to inform Medicaid recipients about the availability of certain private health benefit plan coverage, or for the Committee on Human Services. HB 3748 by Manuel relating to reimbursing employees of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services for the loss of damage to personal property, for the Committee of Human Services. HB 3749 by Orr relating to the regulation and practice of medicine, including the performance of cosmetic medical procedures and the provision of elective therapy, or for the Committee of Public Health. HB 3750 by Manuel relating to reimbursing the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services employees for certain legal expenses, for the Committee on Human Services. HB 3751 by Ashby relating to the transfer of certain real property from the Texas Department of Transportation to the Texas Department of Public Safety, for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3752 by Reynolds relating to the creation of Texas Southern University of Medicine at Texas Southern University, or for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3753 by Cunningham relating to the allocation of low-income housing tax credits, or for the Committee of Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 3754 by Cunningham relating to the School District's Conference of Hearing for public school students' removal of the classroom or expulsion, for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3755 by Capriglione relating to the biometric identifiers used for the performance of artificial intelligence, or for the Committee on Government Efficiency. HB 3756 by Guerin relating to the powers of certain non-residential sellers permit holders who hold a wine permit, refer to the Committee of Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3757 by Smoody relating to the writ to invoke the jurisdiction of the District Court of the purpose of attaining relevant documentation for post-conviction application of the writ of habeas corpus, or for the Committee of Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3758 by Schatzline relating to the admissibility and disclosure of certain evidence in a suit concerning a child alleged to have been abused or neglected as a result of abuse or neglect filed by a government entity, or for the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3759 by Schatzline relating to the emergency possession of certain abandoned children by designating emergency infant care providers and the termination of parental rights of those children, for the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3760 by Richardson relating to the exemption from sales and use taxes of certain materials in trapping feral hogs, or for the Committee of Ways and Means. HB 3761 by Placer relating to the requiring the training of the importance of mental and physical health that are requisite for certain medical degrees, or for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3762 by Guerra relating to the requirements of customer service call centers, or for the Committee of Trade and Workforce and Economic Development. HB 3763 3763 by Verdell relating to the certain audits of employers conducted by the Texas Workforce Commission, refer the Committee of Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3764 by Baumgartner relating to the parental notice of certain changes regarding the school district's teachers, student. Refer the Committee of Public Education. HB 3765 by Baumgartner relating to the cost of requesting electronic copies of documents from the district clerk. Refer the Committee of Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3766 by Baumgartner relating to designating the third Monday in October each year as the Unplugged Texas Day. Refer the Committee of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3767 by Howard relating to the money awarded to providers of women health services and family planning services, including the repeal of provisions on the provisions of those services. For the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3768 by Hernandez relating to the public 3768 by Hernandez relating to the public hearing held by the Texas Commission on Environmental Qualities in areas that exceed an ambient air quality and standard for benzene. Refer the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3769 by Palisa relating to the provision of contraception to students at public institutions of higher education. For the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3770 by Capriglino relating to the efficiency reviews of state agencies conducted by the Legislative Budget Board. For the Committee on Delivering Government Efficiency. HB 3771 by Hernandez relating to the operation of near a public school or retail establishment selling cigarettes, e-cigarettes, or tobacco products, providing a civil penalty. For the Committee on Public Health. HB 3772 by Craddock relating to the sale of certain e-cigarettes in the state and directory of e-cigarette manufacturers and the products, authorizing fees, authorizing administrative and civil penalties, creating criminal offense. For the Committee on Public Health. HB 3773 by Wharton relating to the transfer of certain property from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to Walker County. Or for the Committee on Corrections. HB 3774 by Paul relating to the Operation and Signature Verification Committee. Or for the Committee on Elections. HB 3775 by Paul relating to the processing early voting voted by mail. Or for the Committee on Elections. HB 3776 by Paul relating to the reporting requirements of the public retirement system and authorizes the system the shares to be voted by the proxy advisor, investment and manager. For the Committee of Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3777 by Tupper relating to the requirements of owner of a dog to take into custody of Animal Control Authority, authorizing a civil penalty. For the Committee on Public Health. HB 3778 by Lauterbach relating to the use of geothermal energy as dispatchable generation resource. For the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3779 by Lauterbach relating to the imposition of concurrent constructive student sentences for the certain convictions. For the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3780 by Lauterbach relating to the application of nepotism prohibitions on persons appointed or employed by a school district as a teacher or other employee. For the Committee on Public Education. HB 3781 by McLaughlin relating to the provision of financial assistance from the Texas Water Development Board for the development of certain products in economically distressed areas. Or for the Committee on Natural Resources.
HB 3782 by Smithy relating to types of newspaper required for publication or for public notices. Refer to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3783 by Hull relating to court-ordered counseling in a suit affecting the parent-child relationship. Refer to the Subcommittee on Family Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3784 by Frank relating to the creation of the Texas Commission for Boys and Men. Refer to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3785 by Gervin Hawkins relating to the labeling requirements for compound drug products. Refer to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3786 by Busey relating to declaration of a candidate's ineligibility on the basis of filing an application for the place on the general primary election ballot or for nomination by convention for more than one political party. Refer to the Committee on Elections. HB 3787 by Lujan relating to the sale or distribution or counterfeit or unsafe lighters. Refer to posing a civil penalty. Refer to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3788 by Spiller relating to the operations of municipal hospital authorities. Refer to the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 3789 by Hefner relating to the issuance of a license to carry a handgun in certain active and retired judicial officers. Refer to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3790 by Morgan relating to increasing the criminal penalty for certain offenses committed by an alien. Refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3791 by Dyson relating to the time frame required for excavation notification. Refer to the Committee on Energy Resources. HB 3792 by Tallarico relating to the identification, use, and taxation of surplus state property suitable for the development of affordable housing. Refer to the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 3793 by McLaughlin relating to the procedures for a Commissioner's Court to close, abandon, or vacate certain public roads. Refer to the Committee on Transportation. HB 3794 by Darby relating to the licensing and regulation of advanced practice registered nurses and the payment of independent advanced practice registered nurses and certain government employee health plans. For the Committee on Public Health. HB 3795 by Palisa relating to the applicability and reporting requirements to private schools and other entities providing education services in this state that accept students with vouchers, education savings account, tax credit, scholarships, or certain other funding. For the Committee on Public Education. HB 3796 by Frank relating to the public school accountability, including the administration of assessment instruments in public schools, the assignment of public school campus performance ratings, and the creation of the Texas Commission of Public School Assessment and Accountability. For the Committee on Public Education. HB 3797 by Ashby relating to the terminology used to refer certain assessment instruments administered to public school students. Refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3798 by Chalks-Clare relating to the municipal regulation of the removal of an ash juniper tree. Refer to the Committee on Land and Resource Management. HB 3799 by Orr relating to the establishment of the Apprenticeship Training Program Sponsorship Fund. Refer to the Subcommittee on Workforce. HB 3800 by Orr relating to the advisory board established to develop a resource guide that facilitates collaboration collaboration, identifying and addressing local healthcare workforce needs, referred to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3801 by Orr, relating to the establishment of the Health Professions Workforce Coordinating Council and the abolition of the statewide Health Coordinating Council and the Nursing Advisory Committee of that council, referred to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3802 by Schoolcraft, relating to the establishment of the Governor's Task Force and the governance of the early childhood education and care, referred to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3803 by Lambert, relating to the confidentiality of certain financial information related to the perpetual care cemeteries, referred to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3804 by Lambert, relating to the regulation of state banks, referred to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3805 by Lambert, relating to the certain enforcement powers of the Banking Commissioner regarding the regulation of money service businesses, referred to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3806 by Lambert, relating to the prohibited activities of State Trust Company under supervision, referred to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3807 by Harris Davila, relating to establishing a child care service waiting list priority for the children of certain child care workers, referred to the Subcommittee on Workforce. HB 3808 by Harrison, relating to the creation of Artificial Intelligence Advisory Council and the establishment of the Artificial Intelligence Learning Laboratory, referred to the Committee on Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 3809 by Darby, relating to the removal of battery energy storage facilities, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3810 by Alders, relating to the dissolution of the Rose City Municipal Utility District, for the Committee on Land and Resource Management. HB 3811 by Plisa, relating to the youth injury mitigation and information training for coaches and youth athletics personnel, for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3812 by Bond, and relating to the health benefit plan pre-authorization requirements for certain healthcare services and the direction of utilization review by physicians, for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3813 by Garcia Dallas, relating to the accrual of interest on delinquent children, support owed by obligers who are incarcerated, for the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3814 by Pearson, relating to the health benefit plan coverage for perimenopause and menopause medications, refer to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3815 by Orr, relating to the issuance of specialty license plates in certain United States Army Rangers, refer to the Subcommittee on Defense and Veterans Affairs. HB 3816 by Metcalf, relating to the prosecution of the criminal offense of cruelty to livestock animals, for the Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3817 by Oliverson, relating to creating a criminal offense of gender identity fraud, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3818 by Oliverson, relating to the extension of groundwater reduction target years established by the Harris-Galveston Subsidence District, for the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3819 by Johnson, relating to the use of remote technology when conducting uncontested probate proceedings, referred to the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3820 by Moody, relating to requiring an opportunity for an annual physical examination for certain students, interns, residents, and fellows enrolled in receiving residency training or clinical education from public and private medical schools and graduate medical educational programs, referred to the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3821 by Gerdes, relating to the implementation of a veteran discount program for the use of certain toll projects, for the Subcommittee on Transportation Funding. HB 3822 by Kane, relating to the parental leave policies for certain public school classroom teachers, for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3823 by Lowe, relating to the determination of the appraised value of a resident's homestead for ad valorem tax purposes, for the Subcommittee on Tax Appraisals. HB 3824 by King, relating to the fire safety standards and emergency operation plans for the operation of battery energy storage, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3825 by Harless, relating to the limitation on annual gross income of cottage food production operations, for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3826 by Hernandez, relating to the creation of the Texas Energy Efficiency Council, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3827 by Dyson, relating to the unlawful solicitation and distribution of a voter registration application creating a criminal offense, for the Committee on Elections. HB 3828 by Schaffner, relating to the use of funds awarded by the Cancer Prevention and Research Institute of Texas, referred to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3829 by Curry, relating to a study to review the animal-friendly account, for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3830 by Curry, relating to the franchise tax credit for certain watershed protection activities, referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3831 by Curry, relating to the identification of breeder deer, referred to the Committee on Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3832 by Curry, relating to the issuance of animal-friendly specialty license plates, referred to the Committee on Transportation. HB 3833 by Lambert, relating to the regulation of money service businesses, for the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3834 by Moody, relating to the provision of services by the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to offenders with intellectual or developmental disabilities, for the Committee on Corrections. HB 3835 by Curry, relating to the vote required to approve the issuance of general obligation bonds by political subdivision, for the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3836 by Curry, relating to the requirement that certain rules proposed against state agencies in the executive branch of state government to be approved by certain elected state officials, for the Committee on Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 3837 by Canales, relating to the regulation of autonomous vehicles creating a criminal offense, for the Committee on Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 3838 by Curry relating to the limitations on the enforcement of certain occupational regulations. Refer to the Committee on Delivery and Government Efficiency. HB 3839 by Curry relating to the state agency review of adopted rules. Refer to the Committee on Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 3840 by Johnson relating to automobile insurance premium discounts for dashboard cameras. Refer to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3841 by Collier relating to the investigation of death of a prisoner in a county jail. Refer to the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3842 by Schatzline relating to the prohibited display of certain flags in governmental buildings or on governmental property, providing a civil penalty. Refer to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3843 by Y. Davis of Dallas relating to the regulation of assisted living facilities and referral of clients to the facilities by referral agencies authorizing a civil penalty. Refer to the Committee on Human Services. HB 3844 by Villalobos relating to individuals who are considered opportunity youth for purposes of administrating certain federal workforce developmental funds. Refer to the Subcommittee on Workforce. HB 3845 by Oliverson relating to the regulation of certain compensation, contracting, employment, and performance criteria in connection with utilization review of health benefits. Refer to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3846 by Lauterbach relating to the authority of a reserve peace officer. Refer to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3847 by Canales relating to certain construction defect litigation. Refer to the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3848 by Hernandez relating to the electronic submission of inspection reports and filing fees for the inspection of evaluators, escalators, and related equipment. For the Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3849 by Canales relating to program categories and the Unified Transportation Program. For the Subcommittee on Transportation Funding. HB 3850 by Canales relating to the comments by members of a public at an open meeting of a governmental body on items not on the agenda for that meeting. For the Committee on Delivery of Government Efficiency. HJR 161 by Noble proposing a constitutional amendment adding individuals who are not United States citizens to the classes of persons not allowed to vote in this state. For the Committee on Elections. HJR 162 by Lowe proposing a constitutional amendment authorizing the Attorney General to prosecute a criminal offense committed by a peace officer acting in the course of scope of the officer's official duties. Refer to the Committee on State Affairs. HJR 163 by Olcott proposing a constitutional amendment increasing the threshold of voter approval for a school district bond election. Refer to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HJR 164 by Lowe proposing a constitutional amendment prohibiting the imposition of vehicle mileage tax or fee. Refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HJR 165 by Baumgartner proposing a constitutional amendment to include the United States Space Force and references to military service in this state constitution. Refer to the Subcommittee on Defense and Veterans Affairs. HJR 166 by Johnson proposing a constitutional amendment authorizing the denial of bail to a person accused of certain violent offenses or if the continuous trafficking of persons. Refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HJR 167 by Lowe proposing a constitutional amendment authorizing the legislator to limit the maximum appraised value of residence homestead for ad valorem tax purposes to the lesser of the most recent market value of the recent resident homestead or 115% or a greater percentage of the appraised value of the resident's homestead for the last year in which the resident homestead was applied for ad valorem tax purposes, to limit the frequency of the reappraisal of the resident's homestead for the purpose and to permit the voters of a county to establish a higher limitation on the maximum appraised value of resident's homestead for those purposes. For the Subcommittee on Property Tax Appraisals. HJR 168 by Hopper proposing a constitutional amendment to authorize the legislature to exempt from ad valorem taxation a portion of the appraised value of certain land that is located in a priority groundwater management area and is not irrigated. For the Committee on Ways and Means. HJR 169 by Manuel proposing a constitutional amendment providing the creation of funds to support the capital needs of educational programs offered by certain component institutions of the Texas State University system. Refer to the Committee on Higher Education. HJR 170 by Lowe proposing a constitutional amendment providing for the statewide election of the Speaker of the House of Representatives by voters of the state. Refer to the Committee on State Affairs. SB 3 by Perry relating to the regulation of consumable hemp products and the hemp-derived cannabinoids contained in those products requiring registration, imposing fees, creating criminal offenses, providing an administrative penalty. Refer to the Committee on State Affairs. SB 9 by Huffman relating to the release of defendants on bail and the duties of a magistrate in certain criminal proceedings, the regulation of charitable bail organizations, pretrial intervention programs, and the notice provided by peace officers to victims and family violence, stalking, harassment, and terroristic threat. Refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. SB 28 by Hall relating to a lottery game played or facilitated for play by telephone or through an internet or mobile internet application creating a criminal offenses. Refer to the Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures. SB 40 by Huffman relating to the use by a political subdivision of public funds to pay bail bonds. Refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence.
Pursuant to a motion previously adopted, the House stands adjourned until 10 a.m. Thursday.